Did you see the video when I poured this painting? So I had an idea, it's a Dutch pour, and I had an idea of putting some frog tape down in a very thin line on the canvas so that I could outline the shape of the heart before I put the base on, and it worked. But it was so difficult seeing where the tape was to peel it off afterwards. So I've thought about it and I'm taking it one step further. So I'm putting a little tiny lip on the frog tape so that it's sticking to the canvas but also sticking up slightly, and I've laid that down in a star shape. I'm going to try a Dutch pour star in a kind of turquoise and bronze colour scheme. Really pretty colours, so really excited to get started. So let me show you what I've done to the canvas. So I'm using a 50cm square canvas. I first of all printed out the shape of a pentagon and I put it's slightly off centre, and then it was really easy to actually draw the star because you just put a long ruler along each of the 5 edges of the pentagon, and the lines that you draw cross, so it makes a star shape. I was trying to find a template for a star that was big enough and I couldn't. All I needed actually was the template for a perfect pentagon, and you can make your own star. So let me show you the frog tape. So I folded a lip over on the tape, and then I've stuck, you can see one very thin edge of the tape is stuck to the canvas and then the rest stuck upwards. But then I've just cut it, I've gone along with some scissors, so it's a very thin kind of lip of tape. So what I will do is put my base down, and I'm hoping that this is small enough. In fact, I could even just try and flatten it down this way, because I'll still see it because it's more raised than if it was just solidly stuck down. Then I'm hoping I'll be able to blow the paint over this and then see where it is, and then lift it up afterwards to reveal a white star where the tape was. That's the plan. I've no idea if it will work. We'll find out together. The star looks a little bit distorted from the phone that I'm filming on. It looks like this point here is a lot bigger than the rest. But just to reassure you, these are 5 identical sized triangles in a well-proportioned star. It just looks really odd on the video. Right, the colour I've chosen for my base is phthalo turquoise. The reason I've chosen this colour is because it will dry a bit darker, which I'm happy with. So it'll be quite a dark base, but it's not too dark. So I'm hoping it will go darker, but you'll still see that it's turquoise. So to complement that, I am using the iridescent green blue by Pebeo. I've got some Amsterdam white. I've got some Amsterdam bronze. I've got some Amsterdam, which one is this? Amsterdam permanent red violet, and I've also got some Amsterdam greenish blue, which is an incredibly dark turquoise colour. So if I use this as the base, which I thought of, I think it would almost look black when it dries because it is so dark. So they are the colours. Really excited about these colours together because I just think they're so pretty. So I'm just going to pour my base. I was literally about to pour it, and I actually decided I was going to add a little tiny bit of white because I know it's going to dry darker, which, as I said, I wanted, but I also like the colour that was already there. So I've added a little bit of white so that I'm hoping it will then actually dry to the colour that I originally showed you, the colour of the actual phthalo turquoise. So this is now just a little bit lighter. So it's all the paints are Dutch pour consistency, so mixed with flood, floetrol and water. Right, let's see if this works. So I'm just going to pour it, nice big puddle in the centre, and then I'm going to blow it out with my hairdryer, exactly as I would do if it was a normal Dutch pour. And just hope that it flows over the green tape. So that worked absolutely perfectly. It flowed as normal. I had a little bit too much paint, which is a shame. I might just try and scrape up some of this, the less excess paint that's now on the worktop. Right, my next question is, do I just pull that tape straight up and hope that there's a white line underneath? Or do I put a little marker down with the paint, with some of the other colours? Or do I do a little test? I could test it, couldn't I? Right, there's no, it caves in on itself. So that's fine, that's good to know. I'm going to put the paint down now in the star shape to get the shape and then take the tape up. I'm going to start with the pinky colour. So just a very, in fact, shall I do this? I could do it with a stir stick, or should I just be brave and pour it on? Let's see how quickly it comes out of this bottle. Right, perfect. So now I'm just going to quite carefully take up this tape. Ah, ironically, it is leaving a white mark there. Doesn't matter at all though. Right, let's put the bronze down. I'm going to go for slightly wiggly lines. I want it to be quite uneven because then when I blow this out, it should look different everywhere. So there won't be it won't just be solid, one solid line of colour. There should hopefully be a bit of variation within the star. Right, happy so far. So I said this is going to be a Dutch pour. So for this next part, I'm not using my hairdryer. I'm going to blow around the paint using just my breath. First of all, yeah, just my breath, and then with a straw, just to create some sharper little details. Now, I've got to be super careful that I don't distort this, and I'm going to do it very slowly, one sort of point at a time. I'm just thinking, shall I go from the point inwards? I think it's going to work better if I go from the middle outwards. Okay, let's try it. Right, I'm liking that. Where is the pinky colour? It's obviously it's underneath. It hasn't come through at all. Maybe because I've got too much on there. Does that matter? Do I want the pink more? I'm missing it. Right, I am happy. I've got quite a lot of work to do, just to get the sharpness and the precision of this star right. And I'm going to now do that with a straw, because I get a lot more control over smaller areas when I'm using the straw. I actually can't believe this has worked. I've actually, I think, managed to achieve a really good shaped star. I've worked really hard at trying to get the points there, the points in here, the points here. And obviously, as you know, with fluid art, it's just so unpredictable and difficult and challenging to get an actual pattern or design. But I think I might have done it. The white massively took over. So at first I was really disappointed with the white, but then what I've actually done is torched it, and it is beautiful. So wherever there's white, I gave it a burst of torch and it just broke it up totally. So I had these really solid blocks, and it's totally broken up now with cells and the colours underneath coming through. So it suddenly looks almost a bit like a bit of lace. Really, really pretty. So it's full on detail for the star, but obviously there's so much negative space because it's such a sort of a plain, simple shape. So really, really happy. So happy with the colours. And I'm really happy that I added that extra bit of bronze and pink on top, because otherwise it would have just been a turquoise and white painting, and didn't want that. So yeah, really, really pleasantly surprised that how well this has worked. Now my edges, my points here, I keep on touching, sort of fiddling with them to try and stop them going over the edge. This one I think is fine, and this one is fine, and that one is. But at the end here, I don't want it to go over. And here, I might, if it does, when it's drying, I'll have to just paint over the top slightly, I think. Also, you might have noticed I kept adding more turquoise. So for example, if I put more turquoise in here and here, it pushes out the bands of paint. So it forces that channel to open and the paint to go to the side. So I've done that in the centre and also along the edges here, if I wanted them to push back this way. So just really, really hope this dries okay. So it's now dry and finished. I absolutely love it. It has worked so well. I think what I love the most is the colour of that base. That turquoise is just, it's stunning. I'm so glad I added the white because it's dark as it is. I knew it would dry really dark, but what a colour that is. Absolutely love it. And then this colour scheme is so pretty. You don't see that much of the purpley colour through, but you see enough. You see every single colour. So there's just enough of the bronze. Yeah, it's just so pretty, and it really looks quite lacy because it's quite fluted around the edge and really quite speckly. It just reminds me of some really, really delicate lace. So happy to have got the precise points. So a point there, points in there. So it's fluid art, so it will never be exact, but that's just the fun of this type of art. But I've got it as I want it. I've also painted on a border. Now the colour, this turquoise is quite transparent, so actually the edges looked really messy. So instead of just painting them the same colour, I went for the darker turquoise that's actually in the pour, and I just think that looks really classy. Just no, there's no, I haven't defined the edge of the border like I would normally. You've just got the really dark turquoise against the lighter turquoise, and I just think that works really well. It's very different. I've not done a border like that before. Yeah, please let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this idea, of the star, of the border, of the colour scheme, anything at all, let me know. Do leave me a comment. Great, thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe to my channel. Great, take care everyone. Bye.